got it.
Very good. All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. Oh, hey, there's my new friend, Erin Fritz. Hi, Erin. We'll officially start at 7, so just kind of stay tuned and hang in there. This is like where I need my backdrop Jeopardy music playing. You can play it in your head. Welcome, everybody. All right, for those of you who are jumping on, we're going to officially start in 3 minutes. But if you'd all do me a favor, grab your phones and open up your Instagram. You're going to want to follow our page on Instagram. It is PU Pro Practice. If one of the co-op students wants to type that in the chat, that would be awesome. You want to make sure to follow that page. We're going to post a lot about our company information sessions and things going on. You'll want to stay up to date there. PU Pro Practice. Going to give it about 2 more minutes to allow people to join and come into the meeting. If you just entered in, check out the chat box and make sure you're following our Instagram. We're going to post lots of information there.
Hey, Jenny, we got a question in the chat. We have a student who doesn't use Instagram. Is there an email list?
Yes, not a problem at all. If you received the email about coming, the invitation to this call out, you're on our email list. If not, go ahead and send me an email. My email is jnstrick. I'll type it in the chat. And send me an email letting me know, and I can make sure that you are included. We've got a few more people joining in. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy first week of school. You almost did it. Nice short week for the first week of school. How awesome is that, right? Wish we could do that all the time. So great to see everyone joining tonight. I see more folks joining in. Thank you. Yeah, in the chat box, we have our Instagram handle listed. It's at PU Pro Practice. So make sure you're following us if you haven't done so already. On our page, we're going to post a lot about upcoming events, professional development opportunities, experiences, company info sessions, career fair information, all of the sort. So lots of good things. So as a couple more folks start joining in, it is 7:01, so we'll go ahead and get started with some introductions. Welcome to the official co-op call out. You made it. My name is Jenny Strickland. I work here in the Office of Professional Practice. We're located in Potter Hall. If you've been on campus, you may have found it amidst the construction. We're in room 114 in this building, and we're here most days. I help oversee co-op programs as well as communication. So you can find me in here often. And then I'm going to throw it over to my colleague, Joe.
All right. Hey, welcome to the co-op call. My name is Joe Tort. I'm Associate Director for the Office of Professional Practice. Really great to see everybody here tonight. We are really excited to talk to you about the co-op program. We think this is the premium way for you to prepare to be professionals. This program allows you to get the most work experience that you can during your college career. We have a lot of great people to hear from tonight, and looking forward to giving this information and working with you throughout your college career.
Dalton?
Yeah, hey guys. I'm Dalton Trin. I'm currently a super senior in aerospace engineering here at Purdue. I also currently serve as the vice president of the Purdue Professional Practice Ambassadors, which is sort of the club of all the co-ops here at Purdue. And I'm really excited to be here and to get to share my experience with you guys.
Divya?
Hey guys, I'm Divya. I am currently a sophomore here, majoring in biomedical engineering. And I'm actually currently on my second co-op term with Procter & Gamble. Yeah, I'll pass it off to Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah May Palmer. I am a senior / junior in aerospace engineering. I'm currently on my 5th rotation with Honeywell Aerospace. And I think that's most of the information everyone else has been sharing. So I will pass it off to Austin.
Hi, I'm a 5th-year senior. I've completed my co-op with Gulfstream Aerospace.
And Mitch?
Hi, I'm Mitch. I'm a junior / senior in mechanical engineering, and I've done 3 rotations with Daimler, 2 in Detroit, 1 in Portland, Oregon.
Great.
And,
Melissa?
I don't know, you pick, Jenny.
Yeah, and Melissa, if you wouldn't mind introducing your colleagues as well.
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Melissa Polston, and I lead campus recruiting for GE Appliances, a hire company. And we're going to spend a little bit of time chatting with you towards the end of today's discussion, but I brought some colleagues with me and some fellow Boilermakers as well. I'll go with Dayu first.
Hey guys, my name is Dayu. I work with GE Appliances. This is my first rotation as an Edison, which is the full-time co-op with GE Appliances. I did 5 rotations with GA, and I just recently graduated this past fall, and I was majoring in mechanical engineering.
Great. Maggie, do you want to go next?
Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties, so I'm going on my phone. My name is Maggie Roth, and I graduated from Purdue in May of 2020. I majored in industrial engineering, and I also was a PPA ambassador for a while. I also was a part of the GEAR program. And I am also, what's called an SCDP, which is one of our development programs at GE Appliances, which is a postgraduate rotational program.
Thanks, Maggie. Kelly, you get to bring it home.
Yeah, so my name is Kelly Ellis. I am the supply chain co-op program manager. Of course, I'm not an engineer, I'm an HR background here, but I've been with the company for a little over 9 years, and I am excited to share with you guys what we're looking for today.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. For those of you who might have joined in the middle of those introductions, hello and welcome. I'm Jenny. Make sure you're following our Instagram page. We'll be posting about different events through our office, company information sessions, career development, prep type of opportunities, etc. The handle is in our chat box. It's at PU Pro Practice. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go ahead and get started with all of our information for the evening. Just go ahead and give me a head nod that you can see my screen. Awesome. All right, let's get started. So first and foremost, I mentioned this is the Office of Professional Practice. So we're housed within the College of Engineering. Our physical office space is in Potter, room 114. And we do a lot here in this office. So co-op programs, which is what we're here to talk about tonight. We have a program called Interns for Indiana, where we connect students to complete internships for startup companies that are local to our state. We just completed one with a company called NutriMaize. They develop orange corn. There's a story about it on our website. It's pretty neat. Milestones, these are technical courses that we put on through our office where you can learn things like CAD, 3D printing, programming with Arduino, designing a smartwatch, and lots more. Taking these courses will allow you the opportunity to earn a digital badge as well. It's really nice hands-on technical training, and you can take these courses for free, which is really neat. They're open for registration on our website. We also have GEAR, which is our global engineering training program, where students can work and study abroad in places like Germany. It's a really neat program, and there's a call out for that that's actually next week on the 26th. That information is also on our website. And then we do also offer support for global internships. So there's quite a bit that we offer here through the office, making sure you're aware of all the different opportunities. So co-op, what is it? What is it all about, right? So with co-op, you get real work experience. You get to earn a salary while earning your degree. Work integrated plans of study alternate semesters in summer with schoolwork and actual work experience, where you're paid to work with an industry partner. Co-ops have programs where companies want to work with students for long periods of time. And each time a student goes back, they get a deeper, more involved experience and even investment with the company. It typically takes about 5 years to graduate, but that's with no additional tuition costs because of the way that the program plans and schedules work out. And I think it's pretty neat data to share that students who co-op come out with 5 times more interview experience. They've done 5 times more interviews than the average student, as well as 2.5 times more job offers, which is really neat to be able to not only graduate with that really valuable Purdue degree, but also the work experience just kind of elevates you. And like I like to call it, it's level up, right? That level up experience. So we work with a lot of different employers. There are over 300 and they're all over the world. We have a full list of the employers that we work with on our website, and we are adding more and more. I just recently spoke with an engineering company in Fishers, Indiana, who wants to become an employer partner. So they are adding as we grow. And if an employer isn't listed, I've been asked this question before, we can work with you, we can work with the employer to see what we can do to get them to be an employer partner for our program. There's a lot of advantages to the co-op experience. So employers, they want a student, a co-op that they can invest in. They want to work with you and train you. And while they can be tough, they can be fun, they can be really motivating, they're also forgiving at the same time and can allow grace to teach you and show you steps to succeed. The end goal is to work with students, to give work experience, and to help increase your skills as an engineer. This is going to be something that really elevates your status as a student, as an employee, and really sets you up for success in the workplace post-college. Employers are going to depend on you. You're going to become someone that they depend on as an employee, someone that they depend on to teach others. This idea of becoming an integrated employee, think about it this way. When you work as a co-op, you're really learning about the company. You're getting the chance to invest in what the company stands for, how the company works from the inside, right? So you're allowing yourself an opportunity for advancement and for career growth because of your professional network. When you complete the co-op, there is opportunity depending on the program you're in to earn a co-op certificate, and just really lots of benefits overall for your professional career and its advancement. So Dalton and Sarah both have experience with co-op, and they're going to share a little bit about what that looks like.
Yeah, hey guys. So Dalton again. If you joined before I introduced myself, I am currently a senior in aerospace engineering here at Purdue. And I actually had a 5-term co-op with Quest Global Engineering Services. Unfortunately, I was only able to complete 4 of them because my last one got canceled by the pandemic. But what I did at Quest actually was, so they're an engineering services company. So they do a lot of work for many different companies, many different customers in a lot of different fields. But as it pertains to aerospace, I actually helped them work with Honeywell, Collins Aerospace, as well as GE Aviation. And, I've done a wide variety of things over my 4 rotations there. As I've been able to do, report writing, engineering drawing, like creation and analysis. I've done structural analysis as well as sort of a thermal modeling and thermal analysis as well. And, I really think that my co-op experience has really helped me grow and develop as a person while I was at Purdue. And like Jenny was saying, there is sort of that 5-year graduation period instead of the typical 4 years that you would get, but you don't pay any extra beyond those 4 years because every time you do go on co-op, you're not charged tuition or housing fees. And one unique thing about my particular company was that they have offices all over the U.S. So I've been able to work in. So I think I started working in Lafayette. Then my second rotation, I went to Connecticut. Then my third rotation, I went to San Diego, California, and my last rotation was in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I've been able to go to all different parts of the U.S., see all different types of different cultures and sort of area yeah, I guess cultures in the U.S. And I've been able to meet like a lot of people. One particular experience I know for sure was when I was in Cincinnati. I actually went to I had to rent an Airbnb for the 4 months I was there because I was having trouble finding an apartment. And as it turns out, my Airbnb host and his family were super kind to me and super welcoming, and they were always willing to take me around Cincinnati and show me, great places to eat, great places to sightsee. And it's been like over a year and a month since I left Cincinnati, and I still talk to them to this day. And so that's always really valuable. Unfortunately, I can't go too much into the details of what I worked on because I'm not quite sure whether it'll violate protection rules or sort of the export laws that the U.S. has. But I can say that over my 4 rotations with Quest, I've been able to gain a lot of really valuable industry experience and sort of get that first person view, like that front row view of like, okay, so I learned this concept in college. Cool. What do we actually use it for? And when I worked in co-op, I was like, oh, hey, like there are a lot of these programs and a lot of these analysis techniques that these people are using to build or look at airplane parts are actually all fundamentally based on the exact same equations, processes, theories that I learned in school. And over my 4 rotations, I've been able to get a much more in-depth and detailed view of the type of topics within aerospace that I like or that I'm good at and which topics I don't like. So it's actually, I think it's helped me sort of focus what I wanted to study on and sort of, eventually graduate with. And yeah, I sound like a broken record at this point, but really the co-op program has been one of the best things that's happened to me here at Purdue. And I wouldn't trade it for anything else. So I guess we can move on to Sarah. She's ready.
Hi, my name is Sarah Mae Palmer. I am also in aeroastroengineering. I am in my 4th year out of 5 years, and I'm on my 5th rotation with Honeywell Aerospace. This is my 2nd rotation virtual. So I guess it's nice that I still was able to complete my last 2 rotations, but it is a little bit different now that I'm virtual. So the site that I work for Honeywell Aerospace designs, builds, and tests both wheel and brake components and fuel control components. And I've been able to work with both product lines. I started out in the test lab for the wheel and brakes. So they have about a half dozen really big dynamometers that they test the wheel and brakes on. And so I shadowed technicians and I helped analyze the data from those tests and write reports and develop some tools to help with test setup. And then I did a rotation in their CAD group, which is really fun for me because I really enjoy 3D modeling and drawings. And that again was mostly with the wheel and brake product line. And then I've done, someone just asked how long is a rotation? They're usually a semester or a summer. I just saw that question. And my 3rd rotation was in what they call project engineering, which is kind of a catch-all. So that was really interesting because I got to do a lot of different kinds of projects. So I did report writing, I did some project management work, and I also did some initial design work kind of back of the napkin. You know, you get from the, customer, whether it's Boeing or Airbus, they say our plane's going to be this big and it's going to have this many brakes and we need to stop this fast and on this long of a runway, design a wheel and brake system. So going from there to the size of the bolt that you need is kind of that initial design. And then I did a rotation in analysis that was mostly CFD work, which is computational fluid dynamics. And this rotation, I am doing more project engineering, but mostly focusing on the fuel and actuation side. So it's more initial design, but for fuel and actuation, which is fun because I really like fluid dynamics. I would say one of the really nice things about being a co-op is that you get to take a break from school sometimes. So you are at school and you're studying and pulling very late nights doing all of your homework and projects, and then but you do get a semester where you have a 9-to-5 job, and when you're done you can just watch Netflix or go for a walk. Or I picked up painting as a hobby because you have free time. So it's a nice kind of breather even while you are working. But I found that's one of the major benefits for me, is that I get to take a little bit of a break from the textbooks. And then when I come back, I'm more refreshed and I'm a little bit more focused. And I'm also more interested in learning the material really well because I know I'm about to apply it. Next semester I might use this material. So it kind of gives me that application mindset when I'm learning. So, yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I was seeing some questions about grad students. Joe, would you mind taking a moment to answer that one out loud?
Yeah, sure. Tonight, we're probably primarily speaking about the undergraduate program. The grad program, we have a graduate co-op program that takes a little bit different shape than the undergraduate program. The grad program, because really mostly available to master students who are here for 2 years, what it does is it allows for a prolonged work experience between sort of your first and second year. It could be anywhere from the summer and fall, or it could be an entire calendar year, for example. So we try to match grad students up with employers for longer term experience in the grad co-op. So if you're interested in that, get in contact with me. We are trying to connect students with companies who are interested in hiring grad students.
Thank you so much. All right, so let's talk about the actual program plan for co-op. You might notice Sarah and Dalton use the term rotation. We have written the word session. Those are interchangeable for the way that we're going to talk about it tonight. Okay, session, rotation. You're gonna hear those words. So When we talk about a session, we mean your actual experience time at co-op versus your academic time on campus. So this is the 5-session co-op plan. 5-session co-op, like we mentioned, takes about 5 years to graduate. This will have no additional tuition cost. This plan allows the most experience, the most work experience. So we've got opportunities for recruitment coming up this month. We have some company information sessions, which I'll talk about a little bit later, and an upcoming career fair in February. I promise I will tell you all the details. I won't keep them from you. But this 5-session co-op is a really great opportunity for first-year students. You won't have to compete with sophomores or juniors. Employers are looking for those folks who have that time, right? So it's a huge benefit. And again, you'll have that spot, that chance. A lot of companies plan to hire 2 co-ops so that someone's always available. So if you look at this graphic, you'll see on-campus work sessions. And again, this might vary. Melissa will speak to this a little bit later, but some companies may have rotations that start in spring. Some may have them that start in summer or in fall. It really just depends on who it is and what that looks like. So that's the 5-session co-op. And then we have the 3-session co-op. So this one would primarily start after the 2nd year. Some companies will say, oh, you know, maybe we're not comfortable until a student has a little more academic experience under their belt. So really, it just kind of depends. You'll see opportunities for 5-session and for 3-session at our upcoming career fair. It's something you just want to think about and consider based on where you're at for those of you here tonight. And again, you can take a look, same thing at this graphic. We've got a bunch of different kind of tentative plans listed out of what that could look like. And then we have what we call our flex co-op. So with our flex co-op, there could be 2 employers. Students and employers will commit to a minimum of 2 work sessions, and then there's a couple of different options. You could keep going. You could start a session with a new employer. So this really allows you, like you're going to start a 5-session, okay? You commit to 2 rotations and then continue on. And if you do at least 3 rotations, you'll earn a co-op certificate. So there's flexibility, and what we've noticed is that few students actually change companies. So financial benefits, this is pretty exciting here. You can see a couple of numbers up on the screen, salary. The cool thing about co-op is not only, like Sarah mentioned, you can have some free time after work. What is free time? You also can earn a salary. So you can make a substantial amount of money, anywhere between 50 to 80K even by the time you graduate, depending on the employer and how often you have co-op there. So since this is primarily an academic program, it's really great to note that it will not affect your financial aid or expected earnings in FAFSA. So scholarships, those types of things are typically unaffected, again, because this is primarily an academic program. So with the co-op program overview, students with GPAs of 2.6 and above are eligible. Hopefully most of you are in that range tonight. There is a co-op course that you'll register for when on co-op session. And this is something that is really valuable. You will work on work reports. There will be an evaluation conducted. It's really a time where you can reflect on your actual professional experience, skills gained. The employer can give you real feedback for your future career success. It's very valuable. Once you've connected with a co-op, you'll want to get in touch with your discipline-specific co-op coordinator. At the end of tonight's session, there will be an additional link provided. So let's say you're in industrial or electrical or nuclear, we'll provide the links for those sessions, and those will be led by that co-op coordinator that I'm talking about.
Hey, Jenny, one thing I wanted to add about the co-op courses, and we talk about the value of these. So it's valuable for you to get feedback from your employer and for you to also evaluate this. As Jenny just mentioned, each discipline for which we have a co-op in has a co-op coordinator. And that co-op coordinator is the person who will be evaluating those work reports and those evaluations from the employer. This person will be a person who can give you advice about how to improve the types of skills that you need to gain when you're back on campus. And the goal is that each time you go back, you become a better employee from the feedback that you got, how you've applied that when you're back on campus learning.
Yeah, and the co-op coordinators too, a lot of them have been around for a while and they've developed great relationships with employers as well. So they know some of the tips and tricks of what to expect and even how to help you prep for those positions. So getting involved with co-op programs. After I talk a little bit about what's coming up next, Melissa's going to share from the employer perspective. We're so happy to have her with us tonight. We're going to talk about co-op opportunities, our information sessions, our career fair. I'm going to give you all the details on that. But before I do, Melissa, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, and then I'll have your slide prepared.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Jenny. Let me get my camera back on. All right. So as Jenny shared, GE Appliances is part of a hire company. I always like to point that out because I know there are students out there who also work for other GE businesses that are still part of the General Electric company. That would be like aerospace, oil and gas, capital, transportation. We make home appliances. That's what's in our name. So washers, dryers, dishwashers, refrigerators, room air conditioning units, things like that. So with that, Jenny, go ahead and go to our next slide. One thing I want to stress, to kind of kick this off before I turn it over to Maggie, is that, GE Appliances has been a partner with Purdue for over 50 years. So I put our little certificate on there. It's kind of fun and something we're proud of. We very much enjoy working with Purdue's Office of Professional Practice and have several alum in our organization. So we're going to cover 4 main questions. We're going to talk a little bit about how does our co-op program work? Maggie's going to cover that, and she's going to turn it over to Kelly to talk a little bit about what do we expect of a co-op. And I know there were a couple questions in the chat that we've been answering thanks to the PPA students. You guys are all over those questions. Keep up the good work. But if you're a freshman versus sophomore versus a junior, what are we really looking for when we're screening candidates for the co-op program, starting out their first rotation? Dayu is going to talk a little bit about, how co-op and then converting into Edison has kind of advanced his career and what we're doing to try to develop that. And then I'm going to wrap it up with some recommendations, which will feed very nicely, it sounds like, into what Jenny's going to wrap it up with about things I think you should be doing as students to prepare yourself to be most successful at professional practice days. So with that, Maggie, go ahead and take it away.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if y'all can see my screen or if you can see my face, but I'm going to kind of give you a timeline of what a co-op session kind of looks like at GE Appliances. So first, before you decide to co-op with this program, we accept 3-rotation co-op, 5-rotation co-op, or flex, and we accept all those positions. But one thing to note is that we typically start co-ops in the fall or spring semester. I've personally only met one person who started in the summer, but once you're on program, you can also, work summers, and you have priority to get those more, I guess, prestigious or likable positions during the summer. So once you decide you want to work for us, you kind of get a say in what location you want to go to, because we have a site in Alabama and Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Georgia. But Kentucky is our headquarters, and it's located in Louisville. And so when you find out where you want to go, you will receive a relocation stipend that will help, with any travel costs that are associated with moving. And then GE also offers a housing program where they will provide a fully furnished apartment for you and a couple other co-ops. And so you'll be living right around other co-ops as well. So that's exciting. So once you're actually on the job and working, you are doing real engineering work. And I know every company says this, and some people are like, is that really true? It's really true. I know my first co-op, I was working on a project, and I, saved the company, I think it was $200,000. And then in my fourth rotation, I was working on a project and we saved $6 million for the company. And so that's big projects, and that's really, really awesome to work on. And so when you're on rotation, you'll have an assignment leader who's kind of your boss, works with you on your team and is with you every step of the way. And you also have an HR program manager. So for example, Kelly on the call is the HR manager for the supply chain co-op program, which I was a part of, and she's awesome. And so when you are on a co-op, you will have a direct assignment leader, like I mentioned, and you will work on projects for them. Sometimes there's a ton of projects. Sometimes you get some flexibility to pick projects you like to work on. So it's typically about a 40-hour work week. It's pretty rare to get overtime. And with the supply chain co-ops, most of them do work out in the manufacturing floor area. So working directly with the product, very hands-on. But then I know with the technology side and some supply chain co-ops as well, it gets kind of work in a more office or laboratory setting as well. And so this program is awesome because even during the pandemic, we are still able to have co-ops both virtually and in person. And so that is awesome because I know so many people who lost their co-ops due to COVID. And so it's nice to have that that knowledge that, you know, that's not a huge risk. Let's see. So when you are in your rotation, you will have a meeting to set up goals with your manager at the very beginning. And then at the midway point, you'll have a meeting with them again to kind of discuss where your strengths are, what weaknesses you have that you can work on, and how you can kind of improve. And then at the very end, you will have a final review, which is what you'll turn into Purdue as the co-op course. If you're an industrial engineering student, you turn that in. And then you also have an exit interview as well. And so one thing that's really cool about the GE co-op program is that there are so many co-ops. I think during my time there, every rotation, there was at minimum 100 and sometimes up to 150 college students in Louisville. And so there's always people to meet, people to network with, and there are actually committees. And so we have a communications committee, we have a volunteering committee, a networking committee, and then kind of a fun social committee. And so it's really, really easy to get involved. And then also development programs were mentioned earlier because Dayu and myself are both in those development programs. And you also will have the opportunity to network with those as well. And so when I was a co-op, I had a lot of mentors who were in those development programs. It can help me along the way. But yeah, there's just a lot of things going on at GE, and the co-op program is awesome.
Thank you, Maggie, for that. Great. I am going to, I think, turn it over to Kelly. So Kelly, if you could just tell us a little bit about, what do we look for in a co-op student? What do we expect of them? What are kind of those soft skills that, probably play just as much, if not more, into the decision-making process, as well as, their technical skills?
Yeah, absolutely. So, let me just break down for you what our basic requirements are that we're looking for. So of course, we're looking for you to have, for our program specifically, a 3.0 GPA. We're also looking for you to have unrestricted work authorization now or in the future. So that means that you do not need sponsorship to work in the U.S. At any time. And we are also looking for those that meet our degree requirements. So we are looking at mechanical engineers, electrical, computer, electronic technology, as well as industrial, computer science. And we're also looking at supply chain majors and operations majors as well. At least that on the supply chain side of the business. So we're looking at an array of engineering majors, but those are the basic requirements that we're looking for. Now, when you start to talk about what we expect from our students and what we feel like is really going to help someone to be successful, is that we are looking for students that are curious. We're looking for students that want to learn and want to know more about the company and one, to ask those questions so that they can make sure that they are staying engaged. And so we understand that when you first start a co-op program, that there may be, you know, some nervousness, some apprehension, but we are looking to see that you are engaged in the process the entire time. We want you to be problem solvers. We want to hear what you think. You know, we don't want you to feel like that you can't speak up, like I said, and ask questions, or that you can't give your opinions or your thoughts, because we are looking for those independent thinkers, and we want to get your perspective on things, because, you know, we're looking for you to be future leaders in the company. We're looking for you to bring new, fresh ideas, and help us to do some problem solving and some root cause analysis, because we are continuing to look for process improvement. And so we're hoping that you can bring that fresh perspective, and be willing to just jump in there and work hard, and, you know, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's what you're here for. You learn from your mistakes, and you learn from asking those questions. And so, like I said, we want to continue to make sure that you're involved. Like Maggie said, you'll have an assignment leader, so you'll have someone there to help guide you, and they're going to give you some leadership roles. So we're looking for those that aren't afraid to take those leadership roles. And you may be over a small project. You could be over an entire assembly line of hourly associates, because what we are looking for is we're looking for students that are not afraid to step into a role that maybe they don't have a lot of experience in, or they don't know a lot about, but they're willing to learn. So we need some students that are going to be a little bit more flexible with trying something new. We do look that our students do at least 3 rotations with us, because we're going to put you in various roles throughout the business. We're going to put you within different functions. You could be in sourcing, you could be in distribution, you could be, you know, in a TPM role. So you could be in various roles, because we want you to be well-rounded. We want you to understand what the business is about in all aspects. And we feel like that will help you to be able to contribute more as well. Because our goal is to hopefully that you'll decide that you want to continue with GE employment, GE appliances, and continue your employment, and hopefully either go into one of our development programs, or maybe you might have the opportunity for a direct hire opportunity. And of course, you know, as we look to bring you into the company, we want you to embrace, you know, our culture of diversity, equality, and inclusion. And so we're really looking for students that embody that. And like I said, we're looking for students that aren't afraid of a challenge as well. All right.
Thanks, Kelly. That was well put.
Absolutely.
You
Thank
guys are on it with your 3 minutes too. I haven't had to like wave my arms yet. So Dayu, the pressure's on. I'm going to turn it over to Dayu next, and he's going to share with us just a little bit about, you know, how, you know, he progressed through his 5 co-ops and is now in the Edison program, what he's doing, maybe a little bit at A course and B course perhaps. I didn't have that in the speaking notes. Sorry, Dayu. I just thought of it as we were thinking about development. But tell us a little bit about, you know, your career and how you feel like GA is helping you advance that.
Oh, hey guys. So one way that GA helped me advance my career is I was working in the co-op program, and one thing that was said already is you're doing bio engineering work. If you don't do this, another full-time engineer will be doing it, and that means that you're truly working and doing projects, doing programs that's relevant, and actually use engineering to move on in the program. And so that kind of helps illustrate the fact that when you're as a co-op, you don't really do co-op projects together, like as you would in maybe like a team of co-ops. You're doing individual work, that you have individual parts, you have individual assignments, you are taking ownership of your own particular projects. And that's what I did during my 5 rotations with GE Appliances. I was assigned tasks, I was assigned some projects by my assignment leader. And those assignments can be done individually with the mentorship of your assignment leader, or you can work in other full-time engineers who will help you and guide you in knowing how to progress and move forward with the project that will help the company overall. And one thing is that you don't have a team of, you don't have many co-ops in the team along with you. They are in the buildings, they are in the vicinity, but you'll be mostly working with engineers, full-time engineers to help you and mentor you along the way. Now, you will be interacting with the co-ops through the committees, through after the work's done, you have free time after work. So, and there's also graduates in the building as well. So that's just me and Maggie. We're recent grads from Purdue, and now we're in the development program. You can definitely network with them, and this is what I did during my 5 times there. I asked them questions, asked them how was their experience, did they enjoy the development program, did they take advantage of all the things that they can do in the co-op program, and they very much enjoyed it. And the 2 programs we have are the Edison Engineering Development Program and the Supply Chain Development Program. One of them is more for the mechanical and electrical. The other one is for the manufacturing, goes for the industrial engineering major. And they just use the program during the time there to understand the development program, to know exactly what they're getting into. So then when they do graduate from Purdue, they can apply for the development program, because for GE Appliances, it's about close to 100, I believe 95% of the people in the development program are from former co-ops who did their 3 or 5 rotations with GE Appliances. And during my entire time there as a co-op, I was using my assignment leader as a way to kind of just understand and know what I'm doing, able to get projects, because they're ultimately there to work on their assignments and projects, but they're also there to help you grow. I know that my first rotation, especially, I was very nervous, and I did not have a lot of background. I just finished my freshman year. For those who's gonna maybe apply for GE Appliances, and my assignment leader totally understand that. They've been there, they've seen co-ops like you, and so they really helped me develop and kind of get more into the environment of GE Appliances. And so that's what I kind of understood after my first rotation. Moving on to my other rotation is that ultimately you are in charge of your own development. GE Appliances is there, and it's a great company, and they will help you in the earning co-op program. But the ultimate task for you is to take advantage of the opportunity. Go ask for help. Go ask for clarification. You don't understand something. But ultimately, if you feel like you have more you can do, go ask other engineers. Go ask the people on your team. Maybe network with other people in the other part of the vicinity. There's ultimately a lot of things you can do to help out, whether it's for your own benefit, to help you learn and get better so you can help on your own projects, or to help the team as a whole. There's never a short of work to do that's for your benefit. And ultimately, that's what helped me be a much better candidate for the development program, because I took advantage of it. I made sure I talked to people who's not even part of my team, get to know the co-ops there during my time. And ultimately, it allowed me to be part of the development program, the Edison one, because supply chain is for those who manufacturing and part of supply chain. I'm part of design engineering. And this is my first rotation right now, so I can say at least I'm doing A course, where A course is mostly taking courses, kind of like lectures you do in college, where people who actually work in GE Appliances, they're taking time from their schedule to teach you more in-depth concepts and courses during the time which you are actually working. Then you will be taking homework, doing homework after work, but those homework really help you learn and understand the concept they teach during class, because there's only so much you can learn during a lecture. And something that helps you keep you on your toes and make sure you actually stay up to date with the information that GE Appliances is ultimately changing as it's getting better and better as a company and introducing new tools to the job. So that's just a quick rundown, and GE Appliances has definitely advanced my career, and I know it definitely will help anyone who has applied as a co-op for GE Appliances. It's ultimately a great opportunity for anyone who is applying for it.
Yeah. And Dayu, the one thing I'm going to add on there, thank you for walking us through that, is that the 8 course classes that the GE Appliances engineers are teaching you as part of the Edison program actually do work towards credits to get your master's degree. And so as part of the Edison program, you can earn your master's degree. Will help obviously reimburse you for those coursework, but that's kind of a, you went through and you paid for your first degree potentially, or you had a lot of scholarships or support. But, if you want to get that master's degree, that's something that we can support you with through our development programs as well. So there's a little bit more to kind of help advance if the technical side of, your career is something you want to do, that's something we can support. All right, I'm going to wrap it up quick with, things that I think are important, running campus recruiting. I think it's important to stress to all of you who are taking, first and foremost, thanks for coming. exploring what co-op is and what co-op can do for you and how the co-op can augment your education, both academically, but also financially. There's a benefit to gaining money and gaining work experience while also gaining an education. And I saw a couple questions in the chat. Hey, is it really worth going to school for 5 years? Anybody who is over 30 would tell you they'd go back to college in a heartbeat if they could, because real life is not as fun as college. So, hey, soak up that extra year. The nice thing about Purdue is you're not paying for a 5th year of tuition. You're paying for 4 years of tuition in those 5 years. So, just want to put that out there. But things you should be doing as a student. So if I'm in your shoes and I'm like, how do I land my first co-op? How do I get my resume ready? How do I get interviewing tips? There was a link in there, and I know Jenny's going to talk about this, sessions coming up. So PPA will be hosting information sessions with various employers. And so attend those, learn more about our companies, learn more about what we look for, ask us questions. That's what we're there for. So definitely attend the information sessions you're going to hear about. There is resume writing and mock interview skills. That's coming up in the next couple of weeks, last week of January, heading into February, leading up to professional practice days. I would encourage you to review the job postings. So whether that's through the CCO or the OPP, right? They're all here to support you in getting a job. Ultimately, they all want you as, Purdue students to land that role. So take advantage of any services that they offer to really help prepare you, for this job search process. In that process, read job postings, figure out what might interest you. Once you've maybe saw a few job postings that you're like, oh, hey, there's an electrical role or mechanical role or computer science role, go to those companies' websites, see what they believe in, see what they're passionate about. Because the one thing I would stress to you is, I myself have worked for GE and now GE Appliances my whole career, going on 19 years since I graduated from college. I started as a co-op myself, is to find a company that you believe in, whether it's their products or their processes or what they stand for. That's really important in this process, to try to find a company that you match with. And so researching, their Glassdoor reviews, research them on LinkedIn, look them up on Kununu, look them up on Fairy Godboss, all those places I think are important things for you to do to kind of prepare yourself. Sign up in Career Fairs Plus. So the professional practice days is going to happen in a tool called Career Fairs Plus. You have the opportunity to talk to any of the members of our teams one-on-one. Of all the companies, got a 10-minute time slot. It will save you from standing in line at a career fair. So there's some perks to the virtual world. You've got your reserved 10-minute time slot, so be cognizant of time, but get those, sign up for those and be prepared for that. And talk to your advisor, your academic advisor, the Office of Professional Practice team. They're there for you to support you and help you. They may have good ideas. So if you're, hey, I don't even know where to start or what kind of companies to look for, they can support you with that. So please make sure you do that. And I'm going to go, I've got 2 more I'm going to go with. So one is ask multiple people for opinions on your resume. You're going to get different people seeing different things on it. That's okay. Be willing to hear their feedback, be willing to make tweaks along the way. That's a good thing, to have multiple people kind of saying, hey, what about this? Or have you ever thought about that? Work those into your resume. And then I'm going to wrap up with the best suggestion, I think, and you have PPA to support you in this, but you also have resources like us. Ask a friend. Your friends are going to be the most honest critics you will ever meet. Find someone else who's in a co-op. Ask them what they liked. Ask them what they didn't like. I'm sure you'll hear things we do great and things we don't do as well, right? Not everybody has 100% experience. Ask your friends. Give them to give you ideas and suggestions. Leverage the folks who know, and hopefully, you'll be able to find the best spot for you heading into professional practice days. Last thing I'll say is, if you want to share your info with us, we will happily accept it. You can scan the QR code in the bottom of the slide and just share your name, email, and I think just name, email, maybe phone also. We'll follow up with you and let you know when we'll have info sessions, when we'll be at the virtual fair. So that way, if you want to sign up to meet with us, we would love to talk to you. So thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. All right, everybody grab your phones. Grab them, grab them, grab them. This app, the green one, not Walgreens, but Career Fair Plus. You're going to want to download that app. That is the platform that our upcoming career fair is going to be held on. The career fair is on February 15th. So we've got a whole slew of events. I am going to show you our website, opp.purdue.edu, okay? Things that you want to get familiar with. As you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, you'll see a list of upcoming events. Melissa mentioned employer information sessions. So there are a good number of info sessions that aren't here yet. We're still scheduling them, but you can see we've got an info session this Monday with NASA. We've got one coming up with Aruba, Omnibus, TSMC, Carrier, Zoox, Tesla, etc. We've got a bunch of companies attending our career fair, Melissa's being one of them, that will be added to this list as well. So make sure to click on these and RSVP for your spot at these company information sessions. This area of our website here in the middle, professional practice days, you're going to want to click here. And as you scroll the page, this timeline is going to be your friend. So we're in January, events that will help you get ready for career fair. Next Wednesday, we're going to host a resume table. You can click here to reserve a time slot to participate in this event. Spots are limited, so if you want to participate, make sure you get that done. And then on the 28th, PPA, Professional Practice Ambassadors, that's that group of students you met earlier tonight, they're going to do a virtual co-op Q&A. So it's just a full session for questions and answers. And then as we move on into February, on the 2nd, we'll host a virtual interview workshop at 7. So you'll come back here at 7, you'll click here and you'll launch to the workshop. CCO will present this to give you great tips on interviewing. And then this one is a lot of fun, navigating job offers. Yes, you could get offered many co-ops, right? But figuring out how to navigate job offers, what that looks like, this is going to be your great spot. Okay, this is important. It says online resume submission ends. What? Huh? Where do I put my resume? What do I do? Okay, so on our webpage, you're going to click on this button that says database. Get really familiar. I am going to post in the chat a link to a video that I would like you to watch. Here you go. This video will explain how to update. This is the database. And this video will explain how you go in, how you update your personal information, how you upload resumes, and how you search for job opportunities. So if you hear us say database or simplicity, you're going to want to make sure to come to our website and click on this button. CCO uses it also, but it's what's called a different instance. So for co-op and career fair, you'll want to come and click here to see different job opportunities. So I'm going to go back to my slide here. Can you see my PowerPoint again? Can I get a head nod? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now through February 8th, you're going to want to go in the database, upload your resumes, documents. That video link I just sent in will teach you how to do that. And then you're going to search upcoming events on our website. You're going to download the app. Registration for the career fair, what it looks like, I saw someone ask this question. All the employers will put in time slots that they have available. So you'll get to go in and schedule time for a time slot to connect with those employers. The career fair lasts from 12 to 8, so you'll have plenty of opportunity to connect with who you'd like to connect with. Now, we offer something called Purdue Filled Schedules for employers. And what that means is that certain companies come to us and say, hey, we want to interview X, Y, and Z type of students for the job. So if you find those job postings in our database, what we'll do is make sure that you get an email on the 12th so that you can sign up for those interviews. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't get another interview. There's 3 ways to get interviews. Number 1 is go into those company info sessions. You might be able to secure a spot that way. Number 2 is applying to jobs from a list of employers I'm about to show you. And number 3 is talking to companies at career fair. So this is a list of current employers who will be doing that type of pre-interview schedule that I talked about. If you look for them, you apply to these positions, you will get an email that tells you, okay, it's time, go on, sign up for that interview. Okay. So we're going to update profiles in the database. That's going to be the first thing you want to do after tonight's meeting. And just be sure to check out that upcoming events portion of our webpage that I showed you. And then Divya, real quick, wants to share about PPA mentorship.
Yeah, hey guys. So I'm Divya again. If you missed my introduction, I am currently a sophomore, I guess, here at Purdue in biomedical engineering. And I'm currently on my second co-op term with Procter & Gamble. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about our PPA mentorship program a little bit. So last semester, I was able to help organize this mentorship program that the Professional Practice Ambassadors puts on. So I just want to encourage you guys as you're, attending these info sessions and preparing for the co-op fair and applying and interviewing to join our mentorship program. So what's going to happen is you'll be paired with an upperclassman who is part of PPA, who's already doing a co-op and who's already been through the whole process themselves. So you'll meet with them on a regular basis, and hopefully this will help to prepare you for this season and hopefully get a co-op position that you're really excited about personally. And this is a super low time commitment. So hopefully it won't interfere too much with your classes and everything. And it will just be also a fun way to de-stress. So the QR code to sign up is in this presentation. And I'm also going to post the link in the chat right now. So go open that in your browser. So please sign up if you're interested, and we hope to see you there. That's all.
Awesome. So I mentioned earlier, directly after this presentation, there's going to be sessions that are separated out by discipline. So Divya is going to share a listing for all of the different discipline-specific meetings. Go ahead and find the one that you're interested in or pertains to you, and you can click on it. Those will start at 8 p.m. And to answer your question about where to find company info session information on our website, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, there's a big section called upcoming events, and they'll be updated there.
And I'd add, so we've been trying hard to try to keep up with all the questions, lots of questions. We know co-op is a big commitment, and it's a complicated process. So if you didn't get your question answered here, feel free to get back in touch with us. But also really encourage you to go to these co-op sessions with the co-op coordinators. If you see one that is for your major that's offered tonight, please try to hit that link. That'll be a good place for you to have maybe a smaller group discussion where you can get more of your questions answered. If your co-op coordinator wasn't able to have a meeting tonight, let us know. We'll go ahead and help you connect with that person as well, so that there's another resource to help you answer some of the questions that you have.
There is a link for Polytechnic. Give me one moment to add that to the chat.
Someone's asking, are those meetings right now?
Yes. Yep, the meetings start right at 8 o'clock.
Oh, Jenny, PPA, thanks so much for having the GEA team on. Good luck with the breakout sessions next, and let us know if you need anything between now and when we see you all at the fair.
I can try to paste the ECA one again. I don't know if I maybe did something wrong.
It's all right. Here, I got it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Does anyone else need a link again for anything? Any other links that we can help you with?
Looking at our participant list, I see our good friend Steve Wanders is on. I think I can allow him to talk.
Sure can.
I don't know if he's there. Could be a Zoom zombie.
You there, Steve?
As part of the resources, but
Oh,
before we
yes.
jump into that, we'll let Scott quickly introduce himself.
Oh, Steve
So my name is Scott Harding. I am a senior here in
I'm muting Steve for him. Steve jumped onto the ME co-op. I heard Julia talking.
Oh, nice. All right. I am guessing that we're in Zoom zombie mode. Great. Well, thank you all so much for your help tonight. Appreciate it. So what I'm going to do when I get this recording is publish it to our OPP YouTube channel and then share it on our space as well. Cool.
Sounds good.
Thank you, everybody, for your help tonight.
Thanks, Jenny.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Just going to stick around for about 5 more minutes to make sure no one else needs a link.
Yeah.